South Carolina, saying goodbye to Georgia. This is our last time meeting each other. But of course, we will meet again in our heart, right? Because later I will tie you up with us, with the string. So that way, nobody can escape. This is our first time experience the monks eating in front of you, right? There is not many chances that the Buddhist monk traveling and then staying at the church to eat and talk. What are the chances? Very rare, right? But we are very grateful and honored that today we be able to stay here in the property of our church here. It's beautiful, right? To talk, to share, and to eat. This is all it about peace, unity, and harmony. What else we expect? Nothing else. If everybody can live like that, like this, we don't waste our life. We don't need to separate. We don't need to create so much problems for each other, right? We can just live with each other happily like this. That's more than enough in this world. And to find a peaceful moment like this around this world, it's difficult. It's not easy, especially nowadays. Too much going on, right? And we also chasing the outside world a lot too. So we barely have a moment for ourselves. But luckily today, we took our time to stay here and welcome the venerable monks and share with each other this special moment. We are very honored and grateful for that. And I personally will remember this moment forever for the rest of my life. Because of this walk, I get to meet with all of you. Without this walk, we will never meet, right? We are strangers to each other. But somehow we have a special connection that we can stay here together like this. It's so awesome, it's so special. And so, today, many of you have saw me walking not straight. I have heard when I walk cross-by, his feet must be hurt. It is hurt. Especially this road this morning. The whole road, it's just like, it's asphalt, but I only see gravels. It wear my feet out really bad. Two of us barefooted, and so it is really hurt this morning. And the last portion is about 3 miles left. When we make a turn, we are very grateful for whoever that cut and mowing the grass. It's so nice to walk on the grass. And so I experienced so many things within this body. A lot. Different kind of pain. And people ask, why are you barefooted? Can I offer you my shoes? It's so sweet. But I really wanted to test myself. Really want to test myself to see what is the maximum level that I can stand. To walk like this is not something that we do every day. And this is the first walk in the United States. For this movement, this is the first one. So I would love to utilize this time to test myself, because I also need to prepare myself for the last moment of my life. I don't know my last moment, I would just sit cross-legged and then breathe in and then without breathe out. Or I'll be lying in the bed at the hospital. I don't know. Nobody knows. All of us, nobody knows, right? But majority, a lot of us, we have different kind of sickness. All kind of sickness when we have this physical body. And we suffer with this physical body a lot. And then when we admit it to the emergency, it's terrible. I still remember last year, we just passed 2025, right before our international event in Fort Worth, Texas. And I'm the one who stand behind everything. 2 weeks before the event, I admitted myself to the emergency at 2 a.m. I drove myself to the ER. And then at 6 a.m., I sent a message to my teachers. And I say, Master, I'm in ER. After I sent that message, then I passed out. And then the doctor put a tube inside my nose and my mouth. The first time ever that I feel is so terrible. And now that I imagine and now that I understand how those patients are in critical condition in the hospital, how painful it is. And a lot of them cannot stand with that feeling, that pain. So they cry a lot, they call for help a lot. Because I go to the hospital a lot for blessing, for chanting. And also go to the funeral a lot too. Right? So I have seen all that. But I have never experienced it myself until those days. I experienced it. And I think that, what if later, before I die, and I don't know anything except the pain? What if my mind just too much that I cannot afford? I cannot bear those feelings. Then what's going to happen? Because just for 3 days in the hospital with those tubes, it's very, very bad. It's terrible already. But I wasn't in that really bad shape. It's just that they have to put those in for me to support me. And so within this walk, I said, I have to test myself. I have to learn how to accept everything within this walk. To overcome all those difficulties within this walk. And each and every day I have new experience when we walk. Facing the outside world, facing with my inside world. I have a lot of fighting within my head. And of course, for Buddhist monk, we know how to manage our emotions, our feelings, because of mindfulness. Without mindfulness, we wouldn't be able to walk that far to here. Because of mindfulness, we be able to generate more energies for us to walk. Imagine that walking 20 to 25, some days or 31 miles per day on this condition of roads. Even if we wear shoes, still have a lot of problem too. So every step we made, we mindful with our breath. we mindful when we step on something. Most of the time when I walk like this, and I step on a nail or on a rock, at the location where I got injured already, open wound. The more I want to stay away from those places, the more I step on it. Maybe they test me, right? It's challenge. There is no flat road for us on this world. In our life, there will be no flat road. It always up and down like a roller coaster. That's our life. Believe it or not, accept it or not, we have to go through it. No one can escape. If we have really, really huge and big merit that our life is so smooth, then we don't want to talk about it. But for those numbers, it's just a small number of people who have such merit. For most of the beings, we have to suffer a lot. So now, with all those I mentioned, it's all about the physical body. What about the mind? This is much more important, right? This physical body, the doctor will handle it, will take care of us, give medicines and things like that, trying to help us, comfort us. But our mind, nobody can except us. So when we walk, I step, it pain, it hurt me, with all those feelings, but I would not let my mind to be in pain just like my body. For us, if we are not mindful, then whenever this body get hurt, injured, we also cry and let our mind sink it down, just like this body. The more this body get into injuries, the more our mind get weakened. Because we are not mindful enough, because our mind is very weak. It is because of all those things happening in life, and we keep chasing the outside world and the materials. That's why we don't have time to practice, to build up our mind, to practice to make our minds get stronger. That's why when things happen, we tend to let go, give up so easily. We give up a lot of the times. And for us to have a peaceful life, we have to have mindfulness within us. Mindfulness isn't about Buddhism. It's for all beings. And our journey here, there are many times that people ask us to talk more about Buddhism. I say, no, why? We are not here to spread Buddhism. We are not here to convert anybody. We are here just to help the beings, the humans just like us, who are in suffering, who are in needs of peace. And we would like to share what we learn and what we practice and what we experience, so that everyone can have a peaceful life. To support their life, support their family, that also support us. Why? It's because whenever we throw hatred and anger to the universe, all beings will also have to receive those energies. But if everybody can spread and throw all the loving kindness and compassion to the universe, then all beings and compassion to the universe, then all beings also receive that energy. So which one should we choose? Loving kindness and compassion, peace, right? Enough is enough, right? We've been struggling with our lives for so much already, and we keep doing that, repeating that over and over. So now is the time for us to share, for us to join together, to come back and love each other just like our family, just like our relatives. We don't need to separate ourselves It's just because we separated ourselves too much. And that is when hatred and anger rise. It keeps rising and rising. This world, this earth, it's just like fire. Each and every one of us, we have our own world. That is also a fire. It's burning us every day. Right? Whenever we feel hot, the heat arises within our chest. That is when it's burning. When we are not happy, when we're angry, that is burning. And so if everything burns, then we are going to become barbecue. Who would enjoy that? So let us not to become barbecue. Let us get out of this. Together. Together, all of us here, walk with the monks who was in DC. Okay, silent. No response at all. Nobody wants to walk with us who was in DC. Just laugh. And continue laughing. Well, I understand because we have family, we have work to do, right? So let's just walk with us in spirit by practicing to be mindful every day. Practice to share love and kindness and compassion, to spread that to the universe every day. That is how we walk together to Washington, D.C. and around this world until our last breath. But in order for us to walk that long and that far, we cannot miss this, which is our mindfulness practicing. It's within our breath. We don't need to borrow the outside object. Our breath, breathe in, breathe out. Whenever we breathe in and breathe out, if we can aware of each and every breath going in and out, aware of it, that is when we are in mindfulness, when we are mindful. We are breathing every second, but we cannot see our breath going in and out because we acting like a robot. And so pay fully attention to this area right here, our nostril area. Pay attention to it and relax our whole body. Breathe in, aware of that breath going in, and touch this nostril area right here. Touch, in, out, in, out. That's all we need to do. Just silently breathe in and breathe out. Do not force our breath, okay? Just let it go in and out naturally. Awareness is the key. When you breathe in and breathe out, thought automatically arises. Okay, we have all kind of thoughts. Bad thoughts, good thoughts, the past, the future. We always thinking about the past, always chasing the future, but barely staying at this present moment, here and now. But here and now, this present moment is what we really need. And breathing in and out is staying at this present moment. Thought always arises, it's just that we cannot see it when we are doing something else. Now that we let go of everything, we drop everything and just pay attention to our breath. And now that we can see our thoughts. So when we see our thoughts is rising, what we should do is acknowledge it. Oh, I have thought. It doesn't matter good or bad. I have thought. Now that you know that you have a thought is arising, most of the time we follow that thought until the end of that. And then follow another one when it pop up. And now we don't do that anymore. We acknowledge it. Thought silently like that. Come back here within our breath again. And then breathe in, breathe out, thought pop up again. Acknowledge it. And come back. Our job is to bring our concentration back to our breathing. That's all we need to do. And then when you feel something within this body, sensation, any type of feelings on this body, acknowledge it as feeling, come back here with the breathing. When we hear noise, feeling, come back here with the breathing. When we hear noise, somebody talking, somebody saying something, or music, anything, acknowledge those as sound, come back here with the breath. It's because we always chasing out to all directions. We don't know how to bring our mind back. So now this is a very basic step to train ourselves to bring our concentration back to just one thing, one job, which is the breathing. Our job is to breathe and bring our concentration back to our breathing. That is our job, our main job. The more we practice, better we are. But of course, at the beginning, we always forget our breathing. We breathe out, breathe in, and then thought arise. We don't even know that we have a thought, and we just fall asleep. We forgot about our breathing. It's because we are not aware. Our awareness is not strong enough. That's why we fall asleep. That's why we keep following our thoughts instead of our breathing. Okay, that I call monkey mind. A monkey mind is jumping here and there. When the monkey enter into the cornfield, the monkey grab this coin and stick right here, and then use this left hand to grab another coin, stick right here. Grab, stick, grab, and stick. Keep doing that. At the end, when the monkey got out of that cornfield, the whole field are damaged. Only 2 coins on his hand. We are the same. We attach to everything in this world. We catch in this, we get that, we get that. We take everything into our mind. And at the end, we only hold sufferings. And so, now that we are mindful enough just to stay at this present moment, and then from there, you will see yourself. You are not that easy to react anymore when something happens to ourselves. And so we are not reacting means we will not suffer. Because of reacting so quickly, we cannot control our speech, we cannot control our action, and we committed it into unwholesome things, hurtful things to the others, and then we regret. That is suffering. So every day, if we can practice like this, one thing at a time, no more multitask, just one thing at a time. And in the morning when we wake up, before our mind picking up all the tasks to chew over and over, which is our bad habits, all the bad things in our life, to think over and over, before our mind doing that, we have to give our mind a job to do. By get a piece of paper and a pen out, write down one statement, say, today is going to be my peaceful day. After you write that down, read it over and over with our eyes. Now that our mind have another job, which is the eyes and the mind. Before is a hand with the mind, right? Now our eyes with the mind. And now is the last thing, which is our mouth. We have to read it out loud with our mouth to tell the universe that today is going to be my peaceful day. Nobody can mess it up. Except us. We are the only person who can mess it up. No one else. So don't mess it up. We've been messing ourselves up for so long already, right? Let us move to the 2026 with a new us. Right? Can we do that then?
Yes.
So if everybody do this together to spread loving kindness and compassion and peace and mindfulness into the universe, this whole country and the whole world will be bloomed with peace and flourish throughout this universe. That is what we really hope that everybody will do together with the monks who walk until the end of our life. So that everybody are history maker, not the monks. So would you like to be part of this journey?
Yes.
You promise you will practice from now, right? There's one talk I said, to go to heaven is much easier than keeping our promise. I'm serious. If we want to go to heaven, now that so many people are really smart, we can buy a ticket and go up there to the heaven. Or we can practice concentration meditation to gain the supernatural power. We can go up there, disappear right here, appear up there right away. Within like that. Or if we live peacefully, or if we do something good within our life, when we die, we can reborn in heaven. Easy. But to keep our promise is super hard. Because we keep breaking our promises. But the funniest thing is, we always promise the others. Whenever they say something, they ask something, we say, yes, I promise you. And of course, we've never done it. So we broke it. We broke our promises a lot. Before we promise something to someone else, pause for a moment. Look back within, ask ourselves, will I be able to do this? Will I be able to keep this promise? If not, then do not promise anybody. But now I expect everybody to promise me to work on this, to have a better life within our family. Can we do this at least?
Yes.
Thank you so much, everyone. And I wish you all be well, be happy, and be peaceful. And when you go home, please be mindful when driving, because we will be also walking. Thank you so much. Doesn't care about anything. Well, this morning is not just us that hurt our feet, but Aloka also got bleeding under his paw too. Yeah, because of that road. And all gravels. Okay, let us give out the blessing string. These blessing strings are the we call peace bracelet. So we will tie you up with us to make sure that you are not going to escape from walking to Washington D.C. with us. Every time when you look at it, it reminds you that we have met the monks, and they remind us to be mindful, patient, compassion, loving kindness. And today is my peaceful day. That's what it means. We have to remind ourselves whenever we look at it. Okay?